Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Friday, March 20th, 2020, and this is what's going on right now. I cannot overstress what I'm about to tell you. We are witnessing, it's happening right now, a major restructuring. I don't know another way to put it. It's a major restructuring of government philosophy here in the United States and a restructuring of the markets. And again, I think this has been in play for a very long time. I've explained to all of you since I don't know how long that an ugly, hideous thing has been lying underneath all this for a long time. And we're starting to see it now. This is unprecedented. It's never been seen before or even thought of with regard to the United States government taking stake in companies. These are not bailouts. It's an incredible thing. No one ever thought that we would be bailing out entire industries, and we're not. Too Big to Fail has now become a complete restructuring of the United States government. We are nationalizing entire industries. It's unprecedented. And now there's, all this talk about the Federal Reserve buying corporate debt to the tune of multiple trillions of dollars. If you don't think this is a complete restructuring of U.S. government philosophy, you're completely gone. This is the new America. And the Fed, let's talk about the Fed a little bit more. The Fed has not just gone hyper-nuclear, like I said would happen with regard to money printing and adding digits to a screen. They're way beyond that. They are flooding the world and other central banks around the world with dollars. This is all by design here. This all came together at the same time very rapidly. And, it is frightening to see this. I'll be honest with you. A completely new government structure is in place. Now, a lot of people were arguing with me yesterday with regard to my take on what's going on. I call this National Socialism. I mean, I don't know another way to put it, and I could be wrong, but when you have, and this is going on right now, and there's no denying it, a merger. I mean, it's not just a merger. It's kind of like they're becoming one. The new United States government and corporate America. That's what's happening here. It's a complete restructuring, redesign of U.S. government. And this is affecting the markets. This is a redesign of the world markets, not just the United States. And the Fed is playing the biggest role here by flooding central banks with dollars, trillions of them. What is the Fed trying to do? Or what are they still trying to do? Look, without the Fed understands, and our government leaders understand, a liquidity crisis or a credit freeze, we're on the cusp of it. The fact that the Fed is now doing what they're doing is now pushing off a credit freeze. I've explained to all of you forever that despite the fact that there are trillions, and there's going to be trillions more dollars being flooded into the world right now, there's not enough of them. So this is why the Fed has gone beyond hypernuclear. It should make complete sense to you. But I think it's much, much bigger than that here. I think this is a worldwide takeover, starting with the new America, spreading around the world. A new monetary system, a new market system, a new government here in the United States. This was undoubtedly a coup. The same players are there, obviously, and every one of them, from the president on down, knew this was coming. This was a setup. This whole thing with this virus coming out when it did, where it did. You think this is by accident? No way was this by accident. This has all been rehearsed. This has all been played out. And now they're playing with all of us. It's a sick thing. All right, let's talk about some more stuff that's going on. Cryptocurrencies are getting bid up. Gold is getting bid up. Silver is getting bid up. Crude oil is slightly down. The dollar is slightly down, although the Dixie remains well over, I think it's 101 with regard to dollar value. It's incredible. Look, however you want to look at this with regard to holding precious metals, if you don't hold them here, there's something wrong with you. You have to understand, look, I know there's a lot of people that were hoping for a gold standard because they thought that would boost their price of gold and silver. Absolutely not. They're totally disconnected. Those YouTube channels or those people out here who are trying to sell you a gold standard narrative or trying to sell you some kind of a Trump is going to bring down the Fed narrative, I don't know what they were where they were getting this from. It was never going to happen. I covered it a million times. I've never wavered from that. It's never going to happen. But that does not mean that gold and silver are not the most undervalued assets, especially silver, in the history of the world. You need to hold these things in this environment. These have proven to be real wealth for thousands of years. In any new government structure, which we clearly have now, the dollar is being flooded around the world here, and a new monetary system that's being put in place right now doesn't change the fact that these are real holders of wealth, and in my view, are massively, massively undervalued. The same thing goes along with cryptocurrencies. I think they're massively undervalued. I've been talking about this since forever. And it will never change. My perspective on metals will never change. And in fact, in this environment where we have a new America, a new government structure, a Federal Reserve who has gone way off the Richter scale. Now look, do you remember the last meltdown, how they had to beg Congress for $750 billion? We're doing $750 billion every 6 hours. Okay, this is what we're doing here. It's unprecedented. We've never seen this before. It's unbelievable. And most people have no idea what's going on because it's happening so rapidly. Zero. So if you're following this blog and you have an understanding of what you're seeing here, consider yourself one of the elite in many, many ways. So this is a natural selection going on. This is going to get much worse. Now look. Again, I still believe this. I believe that there are going to be many, many, many people who are going to embrace this new government structure, who are going to embrace how the markets are being restructured here. There's going to be a lot moving forward here with regard to observing how this plays out. I have no idea how this is going to play out. All I do know, and it should be evident to you, that we have a merger. We've always had it. There's always been this kind of, sleeping together of the United States government and corporate America, but now they have become one. They are becoming one. These are not bailouts. And these corporations and industries are being nationalized. It's insane. Wow. And the next phase, beyond any doubt, is the Fed buying corporate debt to the tune of trillions of dollars. And they're going to do it for another reason, because again, the liquidity crisis is still in play here. Watch the 10-year yield. Right now, stocks are poised for a higher open, a couple of 100 points, big freaking whoopee-doo. The 10-year yield is just above 1%. I still believe if it falls below 1%, this is bearish for the market. And what's the Fed going to do? They're going to start printing even more. They're going to start adding digits even more. They're going to flood more dollars to central banks around the world. Most people, 99% of them, have no idea what is going on right now. Only those people who have a higher understanding, who really study the markets, understand central banking, and have eyes open enough to just see what's going on, can comprehend this. This is huge. It is unprecedented. I don't know another way to put it. It's incredible. A whole new government structure and a new market structure are underway, well underway. The new America, in my view, is going to sweep the world, leading to a new monetary system, global. And this has been the game plan since literally time immemorial. We all knew this was going to happen. We've been told it was going to happen. And guess what? It's happening now. Time to pay attention, people. Look, I hope this video makes sense to you. Please share it. Get myself all hyper over here, people. But this is it. This is it. All that hideous thing that I've been warning all of you about, that we never really had a handle on, I don't think fully, we're seeing it now. And it sends chills down my spine. It really does. Anyway, look, love you all. Please share the video. See you at the end of the day.